Congratulations, you've been accepted into the express entry pool. It's 462. Ah! Ow.
Yay, we did it.
I think it's happening, honey. This video probably won't even come together for like a year, right? I had filled out that preliminary paperwork to be considered for express entry permanent resident status. So criteria for that are things like you have to have worked for a year, and they tally up points in order to determine the number they're going to give you to enter an entire pool of people that they're going to draw from a lottery system. And I didn't know how quick they were going to go through this actual part, but it was quite quick because I received the congratulations, you've been accepted into the express entry pool message just now. Which is very exciting, and I have 501 points, which is lots. That is the higher end. That's where you want to be in terms of like less waiting times, I guess, or at least you have like a higher chance. It helps that I got my master's here, I have a really good like high level job. My English test scores were really good, and they draw every 2 weeks, I think, like a maximum of 2 times every month. This is future Alicia editing, and Tommy and I have looked back through the express entry polls, and the last one that has happened for my class happened on September 14th. There hasn't been one since, so we got pretty lucky with the timing. So, what'd you find?
The score that got pulled in the last straw was 403.
Oh my god.
So, like, you might get pulled in 2 weeks.
Wouldn't that be nuts?
That'd be great.
Wouldn't that be nuts?
So you get pulled and invited to apply, but then it's going to be like a year waiting once you apply.
We applied super early because my current postgraduate work permit is valid until November 25th, 2023. So I had a 3-year-long one that I got in 2020 of November. And that's the longest you can get it for. It's either 2 years or 3 years. I got it for the maximum because I finished my program super quick and I got a job lined up and everything was really great with that. And it even worked out because of the COVID delays and I didn't have to go with implied status, so it was really exciting. 501, damn, Talisha.
I think it just happened. I got a message that they pulled for PR and the number they pulled was 462. I have to go surprise Tommy.
I got drawn this morning. Oh my god, I need to call my family back. Woo!
Woo, 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 woo.
Personal effects. Ow.
Same.
Alright, so medical test starts tomorrow. We're gonna get this all done. Ah!
What?
I got pulled for PR this morning. Tommy and I are working on the application now. I have 61 days from now to get everything in, but we're filling it out right now. I am currently on what's called a postgraduate work permit, which is for students who have attended university or a master's level of education in Canada, and their goal is to stay and work here. So after I had my study permit and my work permit, I went into just getting the postgrad work permit because that was something I was eligible for that could get up for 3 years. So I have it for 3 years. And in the process, the next step is to get PR, which is permanent resident status. I qualify for an experience class, which meant I worked here for a year. I got all the paperwork done for the initial application to be put into the pool for a drawing, which is what I did at the end of August after I had passed my 1-year anniversary working where I work. Basically, they pull a number, and if you have higher than that number, which is tabulated based on information you put in, like your language score. When I took that language test, I got like the highest score possible, so that gave me a lot of points, like so many points. Getting my education here, lots of points. English as a first language, pretty good number of points. My current job, lots and lots of points, right? So I did this on my own. I didn't have Tommy sponsor me or work sponsor me because this was something that I wanted to do on my own. This is about to be my fourth application that I've submitted through immigration because I had study permit, I had the co-op work permit, I had the postgraduate work permit, so I've held 3, and now I'm applying for my 4th, and it's still very stressful. There's a lot at stake, and there's a lot that needs to be perfect, and they're massive applications, and they're expensive applications, and they're very detailed and intricate, so being focused on it while also making sure that I have my eye on the prize is a very big part of it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. It is September 16th. I have 58 days left until this application is due. We're being very proactive. We're doing everything we can. So yesterday I filmed nothing. What we're looking at now is a brain dump list of all the things that I need on the second part of the application. We finished the first part that had all the travel information, all of the crazy, like everything you've done in the last 10 years or since your 18th birthday. Got that all plugged in, went to the second part of the application, which is a bit more involved because it involves retrieving letters from former employers, current employers, and also proof that you work there, in addition to a bunch of like medical tests and your financial statements and proof of income and all this stuff. Today is September 17th. It is Friday. I've made a lot of progress since I got drawn on Tuesday, so I think I have technically 57 days left on the application countdown. I really dove all into it this week. I did the entire first section of the application, which was very detailed. It involved everywhere I had traveled in the last 10 years, anytime I had crossed any sort of border outside of the country I was residing in, every place I had traveled once I lived here that was outside of Canada, because this is now where I reside, even though I'm a citizen of the US. So it was challenging to backtrack, but the vlogs were really helpful. I've always taken a lot of pictures in my life, which made it a lot easier to identify and record where I had been over the course of, for me, it didn't have to be the last 10 years, it just had to be since my 18th birthday, so that made it easier because I'm only going through 7 years worth of stuff instead of 10. Today and yesterday, I was very proactive with everything else that I needed to do. The medical test is what I got done today. You need to go to a certified immigration medical examiner, and that's a qualification or distinction that specifically has access to the immigration portals or panel. It's like a panel of doctors basically that has access to the immigration sites where they can upload information that they need, that the government requires in order to approve a visa or a permanent resident or permit or whatever have you. So I had to do that before I came to Canada for my study permit as well, but I was doing it in the US. Here it was easier, there were more of them around and they could take appointments pretty easily. I called this morning and they told me to come at 11:30. So I went. Pouring rain today, really coming down out here. I have obtained the necessary medical forms, so I'm on my way home. The actual IME visit cost $260. Thankfully they took card because the first time I had to do this in the US, and a lot of people still right now in certain places, they only let you pay in cash, which is just nuts to me. But I got to pay with card, so that was great. I picked the right place, I guess. After that, I had to get a blood test done and I had to get a x-ray done of my chest to look for specific diseases like tuberculosis. There were a couple other things as well, but the goal of that is not that I need to have everything, like all of my results to upload. They give you a sheet of paper that is a proof of upfront medical exam, and that's the paper that you need to upload. It's 2 pages generally that goes into your GC key or whatever you have that you upload immigration stuff to if you're going through this process. All I need is that, and the doctors all send the tests to the doctor that did my IME, and then she uploads it to a place where Immigration Canada and the IRCC can access it. Now I understand that process more. The first time I did it, it was very frightening because I was like, why do I have 2 pages? What are the results? Where is everything? Right? Back in 2018, that was a very stressful time, and applying from outside of Canada was just a nightmare. I, next week, will be crossing the border at some point in order to get that information done at a certified center, which is one of the post offices in Seattle. I've done my best to be proactive the last 4 days and do literally 3 days, literally every other thing possible except for that. Well, this has made progress, but I haven't been able to obviously cross the border like now. But the letters of proof of employment, I've collected them from all my previous employers, and things are moving fast, and a lot of people are being very supportive of what I need in order to demonstrate that I am a really great candidate for this PR process. And I'm really learning a lot. I really feel like I could actually help somebody do this process one day. I really understand what it entails. So I feel very good about the amount of work that I've gotten done in the last 3 nights since I've started this process, and 3 days obviously as well. So I will tackle it again tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna give myself a break for the rest of tonight because I worked on it for a couple hours after work and now it's 9 p.m. So I'm tired. End of the workday today, and I have some pretty exciting news. So in regards to immigration things for PR, I officially was able to get my fingerprints done, which required not going to the US, which was great. So they had a fingerprinting site here that was RCMP complied, whatever. They actually had the FBI items there, so it was pretty cool. I got my first like fingerprinting process with the ink done, and the actual fingerprinting thing that I mailed cost $52.50 for the paper. The actual mailing, because I expressed it for like 5 days, they said it probably take to get there, was $30.46, so not bad. Don't have to go to the US anymore. Very excited about that. And it's a good day otherwise. I'll see you next time I have something to update. Do a little PR update. Today is September 30th, and my update is I have received the FBI background check paper indicating that I don't have a criminal record, which is the last piece externally that I didn't have for my application. So I think everything pretty much is done. I have to upload and do it all tomorrow because I'm waiting for one last thing from a bank because the month ends today, and so I have to wait until tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have everything ready for that. Everything is put together, saved in the right folders. We just need to upload everything, pay the $1,400, and then, you know, be on our merry way waiting for this to happen. But yeah, it's super exciting. Woke up this morning and it was in my inbox, and it's great because we also don't have work today because it's a new stat holiday here in BC. So it was just a nice way to wake up to the morning and have the last piece of the puzzle basically in. So I'll be taking care of the last little logistical things with that, just getting everything uploaded, getting my picture downloaded, etc. But I have everything I need now. Everything is looking pretty good to submit tomorrow. Our goal is to submit everything tomorrow. So after this, we're just gonna be waiting.
Yay, we did it.
I feel like I'm gonna cry. I did already cry.
You did.
I laugh cried as I stormed to the bank because they missed an important thing. Fortunately, it was the bank here and not the bank in the US where my parents had to go, because there were 4 options in the US that could have required that, and they all got it together. We did it.
We did it.
The application has been submitted. It says it takes about 6 months to know whether or not it's been accepted or rejected, and I think the card is like another 6 months after that, according to our friend who just also got approved for PR. So
yeah, you have an acknowledgement of receipt and a confirmation. Hello, you successfully transformated your online order at 11:28 Eastern time.
Sure did. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
And then this is, hi, this confirms that you thing was received on October 2nd, which is tomorrow, essentially, which is when they will.
We did it.
We did it.
I'm sorry, it was such an effort.
I feel like we have that after most of the things. Sorry, I acted like a child.
You look really cute.
Thank you.
Gonna go celebrate, like as I...
If you want to give me like 15 minutes. Sure.
This is Alicia from the end, closing up a couple last minute pieces before you watch the actual video ending that I had previously filmed, because I realized I left some small things out of the story. Part of the reason why we were a little bit stressed that last clip you saw was because we also didn't realize that my credit card wasn't going to work because I have an American credit card. I can't get a credit card in Canada because I wasn't a permanent resident yet. So Tommy had to pay for the entire thing on his card, so we were trying to work out how to pay for all of that, which worked out very easily. We just recovered it through rent. If you're doing PR and you haven't been able to get a credit card in Canada, or if you don't have enough of a credit card limit, because you can get certain cards but you have to put up the exact same amount in collateral on the side. If you don't have that much money in that, just make sure that you have a way to pay for that. The next thing I realized that we didn't cover, I thought I took a clip of this, but I think because I was way too sick in the month of November, when we were at Tommy's place, which was really great timing, I was notified that my medical exam was approved and the application looked good, and they needed me to go, I don't even know what it was for. Oh gosh. Oh, I didn't need an interview, but they needed me to go to some, I don't know what it was for. I actually can't remember now. So after some searching and Tommy coming back from running, we figured out that I needed to get biometrics done, which I could do at any Service Canada location anywhere in Canada. Didn't have to exclusively be in British Columbia. So since we happened to be in Canada after we were in the US, I was able to go to Ottawa one day before work because I was working Pacific time hours on the East Coast. We went in the morning and I was already sick, so we could not remember, but I did get fingerprinted there as well, but not with ink, and just like the little green scanning thing that they do. And it was it. It took like 2 minutes of my life. It didn't take any time at all. It was in and out so quick that like when I got back to the car, Tommy and his mom thought I forgot something because it was just like so fast. They had just parked and that was like, I was out like really quick. So that one didn't take too long. That all went well. We uploaded the form that they gave me and they didn't take a picture. That's a thing that they don't do anymore for biometrics. So just the fingerprinting, they gave me the form. We went back to Tommy's house, uploaded it, and then we waited a few weeks for any sort of follow-up. They like to send follow-ups saying we're still working on your application, which is super helpful because then you know it's actually like gone somewhere. When we got back, I got the approval that whole thing was done. So basically, tentatively at that point, it was like, you're at the last step of PR. You're at the stage where we just need you to resubmit a photo. What we didn't know is when I first submitted a photo, that wasn't the right dimension. It still let me upload it, but the person I went to, even though she was like certified and whatever, had cropped the image, the digital image, too small. So it was like 9 pixels too small. So we went to upload it. It said that the image was too small and we couldn't like enhance or expand it in any way. So we had to run to London Drug that day to actually get it done. And this was sometime in, I would say like late December, mid to late December. So we got that taken care of, we uploaded it, and you had to set up a new portal in order to actually get that photo uploaded in this own thing because it was for your card. So at that point we'd had it. Everything was approved, but we needed that thing, just that photo. So when we submitted it, it kept saying like, oh, the photo might be too bright, there's issues with it, which we expected because there was nothing really we could do about it. The photo was what the photo was. And they take photos like that all the time. So basically the photo, when you upload it into the portal that they give you, tells you that there's something wrong with it sometimes. It's not, it will let you, if you upload it and it's too small, it'll tell you, but it was like, oh, the photo's too bright, or what was the other one? It would, too dark, it was too bright.
Literally said the photo may be too bright
or too dark.
This might cause issues.
So then,
okay,
right, and then something else about maybe like it was cropped wrong with shoulders, something like make sure your shoulders in the photo, whatever. But if you go to people who are certified to do this, you assume that they understand the dimension. And we even showed, like I was like, this is what you need. They're like, yeah, I know. First person said the same thing and then gave me a photo that was completely the wrong dimensions. So make sure if you're going to somebody, you just verify with them again. Like here are the pixel like and dimensions they wanted in. I don't speak that language, so I don't actually know like photo pixels not that well, but they can do that in their system, like when before they're sending you the JPEG and before they're printing out the copies. So just
also
do that.
Also go to like somewhere like a London Drug or a Shoppers rather than just like a random print shop.
Yeah, good point too. So yeah, after we submitted that, it took like 8 to 10 weeks, and then what you're gonna see next. Oh my God. I think it's happening, honey. What's happening? Well, I may or may not have received something in the mail just now. I'm gonna open it. I'm not showing the actual card, obviously, but I have finally received my permanent resident card, which took a little bit of time from when the status was approved because the image took a long time to get approved, I guess. Like it's supposed to be quite quick, but it has a bunch of parameters it needs to meet that it does meet, but the computer sometimes doesn't like the brightness or whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, it's here now. That's super exciting. I think from start to finish, this process was we submitted in August, got drawn in September. So that would make that, what, 5 months? Start to finish, which feels pretty quick, but I was also very lucky because I was drawn very early in the process after I submitted it, like less than 2 weeks after. So that was pretty nice. But this is the end of this start to finish. I decided, I think when I started this process, that I was gonna document little things over time. I'm gonna have to go hunt down a bunch of footage because this does span 5 months. So I'm gonna have to find all of it, but It's sitting in front of me, I promise. It's a very official looking thing that I can now travel in and out of Canada with. That's not just a piece of paper permit that I've had in the past. So this is really exciting, and yeah, happy day. I look insane.